And we made it back, y'all. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy James, and you're watching my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews, where I'm here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. And it's not going to happen in this video, but that's all right. We'll live to fight another day. Joining me is my girl, Mrs. Besh. I'll say what's up to her.
Hello.
This is my equal. We on here doing these lives. We doing this. I'm telling y'all, she finna pull me back down to reality with this episode because this episode pissed me off. It was all over the fucking place. These half-ass events, these half-ass wigs and fashion. I cannot. I can't do it, y'all. I cannot do it. I don't want the show to get canceled, but at the same time, I understand why they do it. So I'm just gonna point out that. So to cover the bullshit number one, we open up where we left off, which is Gaucher chasing Tamika out of the event because Tamika didn't want to stay. She felt like she had other things to do. It was her son's party. Gaucher was telling her, "You really not trying to understand this. You really not trying to feel this way." And Tamika just threw her hands up and said, "I'm gone." And I would have too. I would have left this. Gaucher was coming with this kind of energy. I would have left as well. And I'm a part. Well, I'm not a part. I'm my own person. But I have a representation letter in that. And I would have left because Gaucher was doing way too much.
Yeah, she
Way too
was.
much.
She really was.
So she sits back down with Malaysia and she goes, for you to be the only straight woman in here, and you're at least trying. You are trying to understand. You're trying to see, what this is like for them. And that's what I wanted for Tamika. And I'm just like, what part of Tamika saying that she does not need to know about this, she does not need any education on this, did you not understand?
No,
It's
she
not.
understands it. She's just wanting to ignore people to ignore it.
And that too, and I agree with that. But it's like I don't understand what you wanted Tamika. It's not like Tamika said, "Fuck all y'all going to hell," and it's gonna be condemned throughout her Bible and slapped it on the table. It's not
Oh,
like she did that. She literally was like, "Look, I showed up, did my 15 minutes, and now I'm gone. I had my shrimp and grits, and was gone. What is the problem?" So TS Medicine and her do a little panel where, they ask some questions and, I'll just go over a couple of them because I'm not trying to be here all night. So one of the questions they asked was, does T.S. Madison hate black women? And T.S. Madison said, absolutely not. I'm born from a beautiful black woman, and that was my first love. And they panned the camera off to her mama and just say, her embodiment of black women. And I think that's a lot of people when it comes to the trans community get a lot of confusion because it is not trying to be anti-black women or anti-women at all. It's really trying to be all inclusive, and that's where and sure they're not going to understand day to day of a woman's story or woman's perception or anything like that. But at the end of the day, this is what they're doing to bring awareness to that they want to be identified as women too. And not see anything wrong.
I,
Personally,
I
me,
don't. I don't think that they come for black women. I think where it's disrespectful sometimes is with what you said. You'll never understand what it's like to be a woman,
right?
or unfortunately a natural born one, especially an African American woman. So when it comes to like the people who have issues with them in spaces like restrooms that are meant for women, I mean, yeah, I don't. Some of it for me, everybody has to hear each other, but in no way does it mean that somebody has a beef with black women or trying to come for women just because they're trans. Like, I, I get that it was glad that I'm glad that that was talked about, but I'm like, I feel like there's more that could have been discussed because it's pretty obvious that if you sitting here black, that you came from somebody black.
Right, and also I really thought they were going to pan over the trans women that are dying in results of men killing them based upon whatever inadequacies they have. I felt like that could have been a great topic to talk about. How to
Mm-hmm.
protect yourself, where to get the knowledge, and also where to take some men to get education. Because a lot of these men know exactly what they're doing and exactly who they're with, but some of them can't stomach it because, as I said, especially with us black folks, a lot of us grew up with misogynistic ass uncles and shit that always used to tell us that it's not okay, that's not what you do. And like T.S. Madison said it the best that they're assigned to do life the way it's always been done. They're not assigned to go beyond that. Like they're supposed to have these specific roles, and I'm actually glad that they're trying to turn that around because life is supposed to be different. We're not supposed to be in a box. It may not, be like it may not supposed to be like this, but at the same time, it's not supposed to be like this. Like I was just having a conversation with someone, and they were talking about no, we're designed to procreate and have babies and stuff. We're not supposed to be with the same sex. And I posed this question. I said, if that's what we were supposed to do, then why can't every woman get pregnant? Why can't all men fertilize? If that's what we're supposed to do, right? That should be nobody should be exempt from that, right? That mindset. And he was quiet. Didn't have a word. I was like, yeah, because there's some women who cannot produce embryos or cannot produce eggs, just like there's some men who cannot fertilize.
Mhm.
So if we're going by that logic and we're supposed to be doing that, then every single person should be able to do it, and not everybody can. We're supposed to have anomalies in life. In biology, there's always an exception to every rule. Not every human's genetic makeup is supposed to be the same, which is why there's this such thing called biology. Because I don't feel like, in my honest opinion, I don't feel like everybody is supposed to procreate with everybody. And I feel like people are doing disservice to children by by procreating with other people they're not supposed to be doing it with. Which is why knowing your blood type, knowing your genetic makeup is very important. So that's where I'm going to go with that. Take what you will, but that's how I'm going to say. Anything else you want to say before we move on, Mrs. Best? All right. She doesn't have much to say on the topic, but that's cool. No worries, no worries, no worries.
No,
So
just because I feel like it's a topic that's been talked about. I guess I'm similar to Tamika in this. It's like it's been fucking talked about. At the end of the day, everybody's going to believe what they believe. There's going to be larger groups of people that believe things similar, smaller groups that don't. But this event was obnoxious. I'll say that, and then I'll explain why after you go through it.
oh, that's it. I'm about to go to move on to the next scene. So go ahead and say it now because I'm not going to be.
This event was obnoxious because you talk about education, Gaucher. You wanted people to be educated. You didn't even have anybody there who could fucking define the fucking letters of the acronym properly. Somebody else had to interrupt and explain it because it was like, what is it? Intersect. Like, y'all don't even know how to explain your own fucking
And I
acronyms.
always thought
Before
the
you
Q was
go,
questioning.
hmm?
I always thought the Q in LGBTQ was questioning.
No, it's queer. I knew that because to be queer, when you go to school, and this is something else the community needs to accept, they do teach like psych students, social services, and behavioral science students about that. So I had to take tests to learn that shit. And queer is, it's not like everyone thinks queer is just to be gay, but it's not that. It can have different meanings, different connotations, and things like that. But the last few letters of the alphabet, I think it's more so for people who feel like they don't align with any of the acronyms. But it's like if you're saying and fighting to not be marginalized and treated away or put in a box, then don't put yourself in the box. Like if they don't identify with any of it, then they don't. Because I know a lot of people who will say, like, I guess I'm technically part of the community because of who I date, but I don't identify with any of
Which
those.
is me.
Um, you're
Yeah.
not the, I know a lot of people like
And
you.
the reason being, you guys, is because I don't want society to put me in a box. I don't know who I'm gonna end up with. So I that's where I don't want society to put me in a box. I like this one year, I like the next thing the next year. It's just what it
Yeah.
is. And I don't want society to say, oh well you're this, oh you're really this, but this doesn't exist. So it was like, well then don't put me in something.
And the education too. You have Malaysia who was there who stayed. Like, if you want to educate people who are opposite of you, you have to also acknowledge their strife, their struggle, their hesitance, or their pain. Malaysia said it in front of them, and I was actually glad that she said that. Like, I'm scared to mess it up. I ain't trying to have people come for me. That's when people in the community should be like, well, we don't want you to feel like you're going to be attacked or you can't say certain things without, looking a certain way. There has to be a protection of both people's choices go. It has to
Exactly.
go in both directions. Is
It
what
has
I'm
to go,
saying.
and that's what I'm saying. That's where I kind of feel like, and that's where Gaucher was pissing me off, and this is why they don't want to learn, is because you're enforcing your personal beliefs and in your interpretation of this woman when she's telling you, look, I have many people in the community surrounding me. I don't need education because everybody's experience is different. My experience with another man's experience is going to be two different experiences. We are not going to have the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, and I agree with you on that because that's like one of those situations where this will never meet eye to eye because so many people have their hands in the pot
Mm-hmm.
instead of just letting it boil naturally.
I think that's the best thing. Natural, doing anything naturally is better. I think if more heterosexual people, if you want to believe you should marry a man and that's what the right thing to do and have babies, then go do that and just do it quietly. And if you believe that you a man that want to be with a man, or you're a man that used to be a woman that wants to be with somebody who is naturally born a man, then go do that. Just make sure to let them know what they're getting into ahead of time, and that's that. Everybody should just exist,
That's
but
what I'm saying. That should just exist. Like it just it's not that hard. It's
right.
really not that hard. But
Because
as I
who
say,
anybody sleeps with don't pay my bills. So I don't
yeah, like
listen.
do you and be happy with you. Like it does not have to be in a world where and then you don't and I don't want people to hide what you're doing either. And a lot of times people and a lot of times, especially men, I'm gonna say men because I'm a man. A lot of y'all hide that because you're so worried about what your friend or what your cousin or what your brother or what that uncle may think of you. So you hide it. And it's like if that uncle or that brother or if that friend or if that cousin loved you enough, they wouldn't care. They just want to see you well at the end of the day. But we know we don't live in that society. So that's, you know, not, worth speaking of. But I just want to give my 2 cents since, though Shay misrepresented this wrong. So moving on from there, we then go see Malaysia. Her and Kenny roll up in her Range Rover, um, pulling up to a spot because Malaysia had to cancel an event at the last minute because of the event coordinator. And I said,
Malaysia has
mm-hmm.
never put on a decent event that anybody could take seriously or that has gone well. This
I
chick
don't
been on
remember.
TV.
I don't remember Malaysia ever throwing an event in Basketball Wives. I don't remember her ever doing one. I don't remember her ever throwing an event for Basketball Wives. I don't.
She just like to talk about everybody else's event. Maybe
Right.
that's why she don't show us what she doing. We don't see
Maybe.
nothing.
We don't see nothing but the shit she want to show us, but she is staycating, showing us this man that I don't believe. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know Malaysia dates ugly men. I know she does, but I really do not think that this her and this man are together, based
Well,
on how
no,
his.
she just did a live literally like a week or two ago with Bambi where they were both joking and discussing why they're single.
Yeah,
So
and I called that. I said I don't believe her and this man together. But like I said, I know Malaysia dates ugly men. I know she does. But I just didn't see no chemistry. I didn't. When she was calling him babe in the place and all this, I was like, this is so cringeworthy. Like, no, you could have did better than this. Like, you could have just say you single. Like, and just say you want somebody that wants the long call. There's nothing wrong with that. You gonna keep dating until you find it. But you ain't had to throw this man and act like he wanted marriage because he clearly he didn't. And it's just weird. So they were talking about going into partnership with each other to buy a space for the wig line that she wants to launch or whatever. And she's showing her sister, Dr. Princess, this location. She said this is where they're going to have the hair show. And she was describing what she wanted it to be. She wants to be kind of like this hair battle royale kind of show that they used to do. I don't think they do hair shows like that back in today's time. I don't think they do it, but they used to do it back when we were growing up. Hair shows used to be the thing. Like they really did, like Detroit versus Atlanta. What she was saying definitely was something we all saw as kids, for sure. And I think there may have been a reality TV show about it at one point or another too. I don't remember, but I think there might have been. So Dr. Princess was teasing the man, talking about when y'all gonna get married and making it awkward. And all I could look at, and it's about to sound wrong as hell. All I could look at is that man's nose being a different complexion than the rest of his face. That's all I could see, and that's it. This is best. What do you have to add to the scene?
nothing. Malaysia, I don't care. Go back to retirement. I have nothing. I really don't. I
Damn,
didn't
she's going
care.
back to retirement.
But no, because I don't like her on TV because she's boring. And But she's not being boring. She's in everybody else's business, but we don't see anything. And she brought that man on TV so that nobody would ask about the fact, where are your kids? Why are they not filming anymore? They did on Basketball Wives. Where is your house? Where's your apartment? Where is anybody or anything? Why are you putting on a hair show thing? Can you go to your warehouse? Can we see the distribution method? Are you shipping things for your hair out of your home? We've seen people do that as well. Judy did with Kaleidoscope and with no shame on camera, and then moved to a warehouse. So what the hell? Sorry, y'all, that's my neighbor, but like we don't see shit from you, and then you put this man on our screen who we don't have faith is gonna work out for you with anyway, because you say you dated him way back when. You showing us this lady and your sister. And the lady, her ass don't look no different. Did she have the surgery yet? Like, what is going on? I'm just I don't care about this scene. We know Malaysia ain't marrying that man. We know they're not together. We know they weren't together. We know that it's bullshit. Poop emoji. That's my statement.
Well, they have a guy named.
Subscribe to James's channel, y'all. There you go.
Right? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, y'all. Y'all not gonna get this anywhere else, I promise you. So moving on from there, Malaysia goes over to Gaucher's house and they begin talking about Tamika. And, you know, Malaysia thanks her for inviting her to the event that she learned a lot. But then she asked what was going on with Tamika, and she goes, I don't know, it's just something about her and her ways and everything. And I'm just looking at Gaucher like, Gaucher, you started with this lady first. So any response that this lady gives you is warranted. And like Malaysia said, I don't think that she has a problem with the LGBT community. I think she just doesn't like you. And when Gaucher laughed and said, well, she don't like gay people then. It's like, that's what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. You
Somebody
being
cannot
gay,
like you,
right,
and they have nothing to do with your sexuality.
right. She might not like you because you move funny.
Yeah.
And no one can do anything around you without you calling it out how it somewhat offends you. And it's like, Gaucher, everything can't offend you. Like, everything
She,
cannot offend you. Like, come on now. Now you're
she
being
did
ridiculous.
that on the LA Hair, which was also on WeTV. When she was on Kim Kimball's show, who does hair for Beyonce. Part of the reason why Gaucher was doing so much hair, but she did that shit on that show. But when you in a black hair salon with a bunch of other people in the LGBTQ community, you can't pull this bullshit against them. So that's why I call bullshit on Gaucher, because I've said this from episode one of these recaps. Nothing that this lady is doing is opposite of how she's been on reality TV the whole time. The only time we have seen Gaucher not be messy on TV is when she was on the Lala's Full Court something and she was booed up with dice or whatever. Other than that, we haven't seen her on TV not be messy. Now, when you messy with the gays and they just say, oh, you a messy person, she's fucked up, you can't trust her. That's what they all used to say on LA Hair. Oh, it's not an issue. You would giggle about it. But now on this show, in front of Tamika, somebody's accusing you of the same stuff, but refuses to really interact with you, which I think bugs you. And so now you're going to come for them in every way you can. Oh, you're homophobic. Go Shay, go somewhere. The worst thing you can do for your community is to make a statement just like that. Well, because I'm gay and she doesn't like me, she don't like gay people. You just did all of them a disservice. So shame on you. You've done more harm to them than Tamika wanting to keep her dollars. That's all I'm saying.
Very good analysis. Thank you so much for that because I could have said it better myself. So they then talk about Malaysia says she wants to throw a dinner for Princess, to kind of, show her support and that they're all really there for her at the end of the day, losing her father. Gaucher could be just not spiteful for just one moment in this scene. Because then she goes up there and say, well, I heard that she actually had a photo shoot the day of my event. And Malaysia was just speechless. She goes, well, I can't really speak to that. She goes, oh, I know she did. And I was like, Gaucher, so what? That, and I forgot to mention it, y'all. I'm sorry. Princess had an event where she actually was being honored for the 15 years that Real Housewives of Atlanta was on air because she originally created the show. So it's been on TV at that time 15 years. So she was being honored for that, and Upscale Magazine did an interview And she said it was actually full circle because they interviewed her when the show first started. So now, 15 years later, they're giving her flowers. So Gaucher is mentioning that she had that photo shoot, and it was like that was business. She's still a businesswoman, aren't you? A businesswoman?
Right. It's
So
like,
when
do you
somebody,
expect her to miss out on money and cancel something that she has going for herself just so that she could come to your stupid ass event? I mean,
it was like Gaucher. I can't with Gaucher, y'all. I cannot because it shouldn't matter that she's doing something for her that is business and being honored. And she had a hard time getting through the shoot, but she did it. So I was like, Gaucher gonna piss me off. Like I'm really about to. And by the end of this episode, y'all, I'm not gonna have that nice to say about Gaucher. I'm just letting y'all know. By the end of this recap, it's gonna be on. But moving forward from there, um, Malaysia is it Malaysia's event first? Is it dinner? Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it in that order. Malaysia events here, and oh no, I'm skipping something. Tamika and Crystal. Sorry, y'all, I was skipping something. Tamika and Crystal meet up, which was a nothing scene. Tamika's having a fashion show and she's showcasing her fashions. And Crystal drops by and, tells her, about her and Mo kind of mending fences to be there for the kids so they can have fun at like Dave and Buster's or something. And, Tamika said this is her very first fashion show that she's ever, thrown for herself. And she's, making sure that everything is in order. And she's like, Crystal, you want to model in it? Because I have a model who may drop out of the show. And she was all like, oh, I can model in it. Yes, yes, yes. And that was pretty much in that scene. It was pretty much saying all of that. And so now here comes the dinner scene. I'm gonna do the dinner scene first because I remember. No, I can do Malaysia's. I'm sorry, y'all. This because it has so many different edits. It was like, oh my god, you could tell none of this shit happened in order. But Malaysia's event was tacky as hell. Lord Jesus.
damn.
She had her hair show. I didn't see none of the wigs that she was supposed to be selling. All you saw was this afro, this orange wig, and then this Harley Quinn inspired wig at the end. I was like, see, this is why I can't get Malaysia because this looks terrible. Malaysia is not a good host. It was like
Malaysia, listen, Keisha from Compton don't know what the hell she doing, and it shows. Okay, it's okay to hire somebody, but I don't know how to say this politely. I feel like Malaysia is awful with money. I don't feel like she knows what she's doing. I feel like she's one of those people who came into money, and when her husband went away from her, um, I feel like she felt like, well, at least I got my own. I'm gonna be okay. But she also seems like the type to not say no when it comes to spending. She'll say no to a gig or a job, but not to spending.
I
Um,
feel like this. Everybody is doing hair. Even your best friend over there on the Loving Hip Hop Atlanta is doing hair. Why do you need to do hair? Like, why do you need to have a wig on?
I'm not buying. First of all, I think the phase will die out, as many things do. Listen, in 2009, everybody swore they was popping if you had some little micro singles with some weave hair in the back. Then crochets was popular not too long ago. Amongst braids right now, faux locks, soft locks, they're hella popular right now. Dreadlocks have made a comeback. I grew up with them, got bullied for having them. So, things, and that's just what humans do with clothes, hair, fashion, everything change. Uh, Wigs for me, until y'all find a way to put them on people's head and y'all have some edges when the wig's not on you. That's what I'll look into wearing it. Wigs also don't tell me you have talent as a hairstylist. It doesn't, unless you're creating a wig. I have a friend who like literally builds them from scratch with the hair strand by strand, but she also has a cosmetology degree. Unless you are creating the wig or chopping a wig that's like this into a symmetrical bob or something, like why would I want to buy your wig compared to who has one? Portia Gobadia got his lengths, and or with Latrice on whatchamacallit. Everybody has a hair
Oh, wait,
company at this
yeah,
point.
it's like not everybody wears them. And then listen, and
Yeah.
just because you get them, not you're not going to be successful. And then your best friend sells wigs, and so are you going into business with? It was just so confusing. It was so confusing. Malaysia, what happened to the bed sheets? Can you still buy those? Like, where's like you should have opened you up a Sleep Number franchise and just and showcase your bed sheets in a little display in the corner. Like, we don't need this wig line. We just don't because it was a mess. But she thought it was a success, so there we have it. And Mrs. Best just went on off camera and right her so she could laugh at me. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to knock her hustle, but I feel like women invest in the wrong things.
I feel
Like,
I don't think that's something to put on women as a whole. I feel like some people just make bad investment decisions. And I hate to say this, I think it's a certain demographic of people that tend to do that based on where you're from, not what you have right now. I'm from Deep East Oakland. I see people all the time in my neighborhood who are just kind of living to survive. I have the idea that they'll rent their whole life, like things of that nature. I don't know what's going down in Compton and all that, but from how Miss Keisha explained it to us in her first season of Basketball Wives LA. Maybe she just didn't have anybody around to teach her to be financially responsible. And I've been saying this even with Basketball Wives. Like, I think that's why she's always struggling and crying for child support, like, has the attitude of child support's going to fix all her financial problems for her kids. It's not. You still
I
got
just
to,
feel like the more I think about it, because I think that oldest one is about to be 18 soon. I think that she's trying to get child support to pay for that college. I really do.
yeah,
I,
I
I
think
think
so
that
too.
I really feel like that's really what it is. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know her business like that, but it's coming across to me that yeah, you begging for child support because you're trying to get that oldest one to college, which
Yeah.
I'm not mad at. I am not mad at that. I'm really
It's
not. I
good,
want her
but
to
do
get.
it off camera because you say you don't like people in your business, Malaysia. So please get off of a show that requires
Yeah,
us
but
to
I
be
want
busy.
you. Where you know what? I don't not that I don't know if she go take one of Egypt Sherrod's um business classes because she does offer them. I can't wait to sign up for it. Her real estate development classes, I would love to because she does do them in her office. I want to do one because I y'all know if y'all do not know, y'all gonna know today. I love me some Egypt Sherrod. I love her more than probably I love any other reality personality on TV today. Love her. So when I get some money, I'm definitely gonna take her master class. And then when I decide if it's going to be DC for me, that's when I'm going to use it. Just saying. Just saying. Especially now that me and the boo thing just matched on dating site. So we gonna
In
see.
DC.
I'm
Oh,
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you him when we get off this thing.
a
But
mess.
yes, because he is definitely my type and always imaginable, even personality too. We gonna do some research on him first before I jump my ass out there. But I was gonna go there anyway. But it was just like
Sometimes you just don't know about people until you
you
live
don't
with
until you
them. You
get
just
there, and
don't.
then they show you who they are, and then you be like, well, where the fuck was all of this? That's why I told my mom. I'm like, look, he was never going to show me this. Never was going to show me this. I had to get there to see it. So that's sometimes you gotta take those chances. But that seems like that's more of a place I would go versus Florida. I do want to go back to Florida, but I'm gonna wait till I'm in 40s. I'm not ready for that yet. You have to be ready for Florida. I'm just saying. Um, moving on from there, because nothing else really, I'm telling y'all, there's a whole bunch of shit put up. Now we get to Princess's dinner, and all the girls show up. Tamika was running a little bit late, but she did get there eventually. She was explaining to the ladies, "Look, this fashion show is going to be the death of me. I had to fire or the person quit. I don't know the person. Did the person quit? Person quit. Yeah. The event coordinator who's putting together a fashion show quit at the last minute. So what is with you in Malaysia? Have people quit at the last minute? Like, what is the funds not right? What's going on here? So
Everybody
you got
quit. She probably just stopped wanting to pay. I'm telling you. I see you, Malaysia. It's okay, too. You don't
but
got to
what
be
was
rich.
Tamika's excuse?
Hmm.
What was Tamika's excuse for her to quit? The fashion coordinator, her fashion coordinator quit.
She didn't give an excuse, but I feel like Tamika's.
You
I
think it
know
was
we know
money?
why you quit.
Bad attitude, because Tamika like to
Yeah,
run every goddamn thing, and
he
there's
seems
only
like a perfectionist.
there's only so much I would take from Tamika, so I could kind of see what happened here. But Tamika was letting know there's so much, and then she asked Crystal again, "Are you sure you want to be a model?" And Crystal, I told you I would. I told you I would. And I'm looking at Crystal like, you know, you don't want to fashion show. Stop playing. So Princess had no idea that the dinner was really for her and to, you know, be supportive of her going through losing her father and everything. And Princess was overjoyed with emotion because she says that she wants to build a solid sisterhood. She really wants to build that village. Now, Crystal, I'm not Crystal, Princess, you've been in Atlanta since 2007, and you mean to tell me you ain't built that yet?
She
That
has
is crazy.
her sister who helped her, who was actually her friend who helped her through, the hard time with her dad. Princess got friends, they just not on this cast.
And based on what goes around you with Gaucher over there sitting in the corner, you could do better. Just saying. I don't know how Gaucher has friends. I just don't. I don't see it because the way she is, there's no way.
I don't think she does though. I feel like she
You don't think
might.
Gaucher has friends?
I feel like she does, but the type of friends where it's like I guess friendships out of convenience. I've had people do that to me sometimes where suddenly they want to come hang around me after they done pissed off and been messy with everybody else. I feel like she has those kind of friends. And then I also feel like she has friends that are just as messy as her. And I feel like she hung on to some of her friends from the cell block too. So I think she got friends. They just like her.
Well, I'll be damned. Okay. Damn. That's a good way to put it, though. It is. So, Princess decides to unveil her upscale magazine cover. And no, that pissed Gaucher off. Because she was like, see, how she gonna see? Why would she showcase that, upscale magazine cover when she could have been to my event, but I thought your dad died and everything. And it was like, Gaucher, so what? So what? And Gaucher's and I'm not trying to be hard on Gaucher, y'all, because her standpoint is she supports people who support her. So she's always going to show up to people's event and she expects the same in return.
Uh-uh. Just because you show up to every single event does not mean that the person in turn has to do that. Because I'll tell y'all right now, I'm the friend that don't show up, that ain't gonna. I don't do that. I'm more introverted, and I know it don't seem like it because of these lives, but I really do prefer to be alone or with my husband. That's just a preference. If I'm in the mood to kick it and hang out with friends, fine. But if I invite somebody, for instance, my graduation dinner that I had where I graduated college a few months ago. I invited people. They showed up. Some of them invited me to shit the following month. I didn't fucking show up. Guess what? We still cool and invited each other to things. I don't feel like just because you support someone else's stuff or you go to every event that someone invites you to, that does not mean that they have to do that for you. I think that's a toxic way of having relationships with others. uh, we are all adults. I don't care if you're unemployed, employed, or whatever, or a parent. People have things that come up. People have things that are of more importance. You never know if sometimes someone's spouse might need support an extra day, but we're grown. One person not coming shouldn't stop your shine. Now, if it's a wedding or something, okay. But if it's just like a regular event, like who cares?
I'm just saying, it was to me looking at Gaucher, I was like, see, you're gonna make the whole world just come down on you. So she didn't confront Princess at this event because she felt like this wasn't time and place. So Tamika's event was the closer of the show, her fashion show. Now Tamika is running around like a chicken with her head cut off. She's talking about put chairs here, put this here, put that here. What size are you? What size is this? Running up everything. Because mind you, she does no event coordinating. So she's doing this all alone. So the ladies get there. Princess shows up in this very long ponytail, and I'm just like, this is not no fashion. She just do a big old overcoat or whatever she had under that dress. Gaucher gets there in the short hairstyle. Crystal gets there. Malaysia is late to this event, but the show has to go on.
Gosh,
So
why you don't never say nothing about Malaysia showing up to events
I was you
10
took
to
the words
15
right out
minutes
of my
before
mouth.
the end? But you got so much to say about Tamika being there for 20 minutes. At least she was on time. Now, why the hell can't you say something to Malaysia? I'm telling you, Gaucher is a bully, and she's the worst kind of bully because she gonna pick on somebody who she views as weaker than her, or somebody she know not gonna come for her.
Hmm.
Because we know Malaysia
Exactly.
will lose her sense and Keisha will come out. So
So yeah, exactly. So the fashion show is about to begin, and Princess notices. She goes, "Do y'all see these lights flickering? Like they about to go out?" And everybody was all like confused. And then sure enough, the lights go out, and they were like, "Oh." Tamika said, "Well, such is life. I ain't hit the breaker." And I love Tamika's attitude, y'all. And I never thought I would say something. I never thought use love and Tamika in the same sentence. But I loved her attitude. She goes, "Look, show got to go on. Oh well, we just ain't gonna have no lights." So she said, she said, I told the models how to walk. I said, ignore the lights. It's gonna be all right at the end of the day. So the models began walking. The host ain't got no microphone, but she was yelling loud enough so everybody could hear her. The lights came on, came off. It was as each model was kind of coming on the stage and everything. Malaysia gets there at the last minute because now all the models are circling around and pretty much showing the entire outfits. And as they're all going around, Tamika comes out, gets her flowers from her son, which I thought was very sweet. She had three out of the four people there. The other son she has by the CEO of Bounce, he wasn't there. I forgot his name. Damn, because he was the one I thought was really cute. But damn. So she sits with the girls, and they were all telling her how everything looks good and everything. And Princess and Princess says something, and Gaucher took her mark and said, "Oh, like you didn't show up at my event." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Well, why didn't you show up?" She goes, "My father died." She goes, "Oh, but you had a photo shoot." She says, "That was for me." And it was like, "But your father died?" And it was like, "Gaucher."
Whenever somebody says their parent died, that does not mean that they're going to crawl up into a room and just be away from the world and without doing anything. Not everybody does that. The show must go on. And I used to tell this to my employees back when I was in management, especially moms. Just because you're a mom, don't mean that you have to get the weekends off because your kid has it off over the person who don't have one. It doesn't work that way. And I guess you could say similar things in this situation. Just because someone's parent passed away and they felt okay enough to go and do something that you don't know if they have planned or not, but to go and do something pertaining to them does not mean that they have to come deal with you. It's a lot different when you're dealing with yourself versus when you're dealing with other people. That shit is draining. And this is why she went to the fucking photo shoot over dealing with you, Gaucher, because you probably would have found something to question her about there then.
First of all, the photo shoot does not require an audience of people. It's literally her on a shoot doing an interview and then going home. So it's not like she wasn't in the space. Being in an event space with people and networking and all this is different than you at work. Because then that could have been a distracting thing for her to do the photo shoot. That could have been a distraction away from dealing with real life. I don't think it would have been a distraction being around amongst all of y'all and all this drama. And then her laying on that y'all knew that her father died. I think that would have sent her more of being more upset. So I think the photo shoot was for her to have a positive moment in the line of darkness. And the thing about Gaucher, and this is what I'm saying, nobody wants to live in the dark all their lives, Gaucher. Nobody wants to be miserable. You wear it really well. And you need to stop because Princess is the right kind of person. And you picked on the right person. Because I can't imagine Tamika or Malaysia not giving you the business based on what happened. Like I really feel like Malaysia probably would have cussed you out, and I feel like Tamika is one of the people that put fingers in your face and points at your forehead and shit. That's what they give me, and we know Crystal will fight. So I know you're not gonna jump on them the same way you jumped on Princess. I just know that's not gonna happen. Crystal has missed event after event. So either her tooth broke, or she had a
Her
stomach
bullshit
flu,
ass
her
reason.
lips inflated. Some shit always didn't happen. She was missing an event, but y'all were fine with that. Princess misses an event, and it actually has a substantial reason why she missed the event, but that's a problem. Y'all get the fuck out of my face. You go shake and kiss my ass at this point. I don't even care no more. I don't want to see her next. If this show gets a second season, I don't want to see Go Shake next season because I won't recap it.
And I know some people are saying they love her because she's the only one that brought the mess and the drama. If y'all are watching TV just for mess and drama, then go seek a therapist because there's more that they could do to make us interested other than be messy and cruel, especially when it comes to legit people. Because what Gaucher did to me is a big deal. The first person that you come for is Tamika. You try to paint her as a homophobe. You could literally take away everything she's worked for by making accusations like that with cancel culture. And then when that don't work, because she show you she just don't give a damn, and now you want to come for Princess, who is grieving. So you came for the two people in the most vindictive and substantial ways. And then when you're not doing that, you're coming for the person who's the most fragile emotionally and struggles to
Right.
stand up
And
for
you
themselves.
know that if it comes
Awful.
worst comes to worst, they have the most to lose at the end of the day.
And I'm gonna say this, and this sounds mean, but I understand why kids didn't want to deal with you, because if you like this here and you like that on other shows and you like that on every time we've had a chance to see you on TV, you are to some extent, even if you express and exaggerate what you are on TV, to some extent that's you. And if you like that with these people you don't know but are contractually obligated to work with, if you like this with coworkers, how do you treat your actual friends and family off camera, Goshay? I don't trust it. So
And where is your wife? Now I want to hear her side of the story. Where is your wife?
she probably didn't want to be on camera because
Well, I need her to be on camera next season. That's the only way I'll reconsider doing the show. Is if you, I need to hear her go. I need to hear what a day to day conversation is like with y'all. I need to see an
we
argument
didn't
or
see her
two.
once. You're right though.
We haven't seen her. I
Not
need to
even
see an
evidence.
argument or two. I need to see what the day to day is like with y'all. Because something tells me that you stay busy enough to where you don't interact with her in the same way you interact with other these ladies. Something tells me that that's the situation. I could be wrong, and I don't really give a fuck one way or the other. But I'm just saying, for me, I feel like I need to see that next season. If this show does, because word on the curb, allegedly, We TV canceled the show. But if they did not cancel the show and Carlos was able to get it for season two, I need to see Goshay and her wife, and I need to see Malaysia's house.
Yeah,
Those are the
there's
two
been
things
a
I
lot
need.
of fake TV stuff being released too. That I know they had said something, the SWB show, they had said that was coming back. Turns out that's not true. It was clickbait. They have a tour that they named Queens of R&B, what they're doing. But there was
So the
another
show
show
the show was not happening because that Instagram with Mona being on the Instagram live thing.
that was a skit that they made to promote their tour, which is also named after the show. And they did it because they're trying to show us, like, don't think from the show that we don't respect each other. They're just going on tour. There is no show.
Damn, and I was gonna say I will recap that show because I still will. If it does decide to come back, I will recap that show because I did enjoy season one.
Yes, I'll also be recapping it on my channel as well. I did recap last season, but not each episode. But if I do a recap, it'll be the end because that show was too much. I don't want to see the
I'll
stop.
do I'll do everyday episodes, y'all, and I'll invite Mrs. Best if she's down for it. I don't know if
Yeah.
she is, but the invite will always be open to her. But yeah, I
I
definitely
just
will
don't
do
want to take the notes on my own. I'll come and support you. The
Okay, good. I'll take it over. I'll do the show and then I'll recap it because I actually did enjoy it. Mainly because I did watch the SWV reality TV show they had on WeTV, and
I
then
did
I did
too.
watch the Escape show. I love where Coco and Taj are today. That made me smile because I was worried about them, but the fact that they were able to turn it around and be the best of friends, I love it.
I don't think
So
they'll come back to reality TV though, and I don't think they should.
I don't
Escape.
know. I don't know. I feel like I want to see it. Just the selfish part of me wants to see um, it come back. I want Coco to throw some hair on her head. I don't like the shortcut. I
I
liked
don't
it
think
at
it's
first.
good at all.
I don't.
Yeah,
I liked it at first. You know what made me not like it? She had took a picture with her son, the one that's gay, and I couldn't tell which one was who.
oh damn.
So I was like, okay, so we need you to grow your hair back, Coco. We love you, but no short hair. It was cute at first, but now I'm kind of over it. Now you need
I
some
never
hair.
liked it. I never thought it looked right. If she would have, she can have short hair, but she needs a little bit of hair, not just the buzz cut. And then she had the audacity to dye it platinum. I said, I can't do that, Coco. You come on now. Ain't no way in hell
Yeah,
that
on a
should
couple of
be
episodes, throw
fitted.
you a wig on. It ain't got to be, a long, luxurious wig. You could throw you a little, Dixie cut, or hell, you can even throw a Susie Orman wig on. I don't really care. As long as you have on something on your head.
I actually think SWV though by themselves they could do another show just because their individual lives, especially Coco and that husband slash ex husband slash separated, whatever the hell. I feel like they could show just interesting things, and we kind of need a show where it's not just wholly drama. SW or Escape. First of all, I don't be knowing what Tiny's saying half the time. I don't be knowing what the hell she's saying. I
Totally
understand
understand.
her
I
accent.
understand.
You
Hell,
know,
her and her oink as a laugh gets on my nerves every time.
and I can't
It
keep
literally
looking.
sounds like an oink, and I'm like, I know she don't think that that's cute.
Listen, I don't know. Escape, I don't really care to see them. Once people show me they're big headed, I'm like, oh, okay, you feeling yourself. Let's not give you a further reason. But I love y'all song.
I actually would like to see. I actually would like to see what's going on with. I know we covered it on your channel, but what's going on with Latasha since the show's ended?
She's been quiet and
Yeah,
she's
I haven't heard
some
anything.
lives, but people are not. When I say tell you that people are still putting their foot on her neck in her lives, I joined the live, and when I say the little comments they show, you give her sister back their money yet? You pay your sister. Like people are not letting up. Her gospel album barely did 100,000. I said, ooh,
Well, so then there we have it, y'all. So I will pick it up on my channel since Mrs. Best did it on hers. I'll do it on mine. I'll take it over for her because she really it was a lot. I remember those days. It was a lot to do. So I appreciate her doing it. I will take over since I don't have any shows coming up. Real Housewives of Potomac is gone. This show is gone. Summer House Martha Vineyards on her channel. So we're gonna try to spice it up. I'm going to replace Married to Medicine with the Mama June. Do y'all think she was wrong? We'll do a part one, part two,
oh, it
and
sure
then
is gone. I forgot.
yeah, yeah, and then I'll find some things to fill in the blanks, you guys. I really will. I'll find some things to do. She shoots me show after show after show. Mrs. Best does. I'm like, look, I need there to be at least one black person on the show. Like I'm going to recap it. I do not want to do, and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City when it comes back. The only reason why I'm doing it is because Mary is back full time. That's the only reason why I'm doing it.
You can. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. You could do one of the other Housewives franchise. They have. I'm trying to think what's coming back. Is Orange County coming back, or did it just go off?
I'm not doing Orange County. I don't like any of them. I don't
Oh
like.
no. And I know you don't like New Jersey. I'll be recapping Housewives of New Jersey though, y'all.
I can
And
join in. I can join in a time or two. I'll watch it for you.
they will get on your nerves.
They
But I
is. I
love
already know.
them.
I
I
don't
love
like
them.
Teresa. I don't like Melissa. I don't like Dolores. I don't like Jennifer. I don't like. I like the
I don't like
blonde. I forgot her name.
any of the cast right now. None
I
of
like
them.
the blonde lady. Whatever her name. She cracks
Margaret,
me. Yes, I like her. She cracks me up.
she messy, but
Yes, but at the end of the day, I miss the one that's being sued right now. The librarian lady that looked like librarian. I can't think of her name. Caroline. No, that ain't her name.
Caroline Manzo.
Yes,
Uh,
I liked her. She reminded me of Judge Judy. She did. She reminded me of Judge Judy. Her voice, she talked.
I
She reminded me
couldn't
of Judge Judy.
stand her.
And do y'all want me to do Real Housewives of Dubai? I really don't want to do it, but I will just because I need a show.
If you don't, I'll do it. I love Dubai.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I love Dubai. Um, it's a great.
I just didn't like the Carolines. I didn't like Sarah, so it's gonna be hard because they all are coming back. So
One of
go
them's
ahead.
not the Mina, the one who was married to the money money.
I didn't remember her, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
she's
I
not
just didn't
coming
like
back.
Sarah. I didn't like Sarah. I liked her up until the last episode, and then I stopped liking her. I never liked either one of the Carolines. I
Yeah,
never
they're
liked either one of them.
beautiful.
Lisa Milan, I loved. I thought she was beautiful, and I loved her
I
energy. I
just
didn't
wanted to
like.
get rid of that fake ass accent. I remember you
Me
on
too.
College Hill, girl.
I do too. Yeah, yeah. Let's not forget, you was every bit of where you was from, Boston. You was every bit of that. And Chanel Ayan, I could take her or leave her. Sometimes she's funny, sometimes she's not. Sometimes she gets on my nerves. Sometimes she's okay. So we'll see. So there you go. So everyone's gonna get a clean slate. I'll give the Carolines a chance, and I'll give Sarah a chance. I'm not promising anything else. They pissed me because I know Caroline Sansbury is gonna piss me off. I already know.
Oh
The
yes,
other
that's for sure.
Caroline, she might win me over. We don't know.
I don't think she will. She's annoying as fuck. And I want her to move back to America. I don't know why.
We'll see, y'all. But that's it. That's Golden Bougie season 8, season 1, episode 8. The show's done. They're not no more episodes after this. They're not gonna have a reunion. So we'll see what
So
happens.
hold on. He tried to end the video. Carlos King, I just want to say this if you come across this, do better. Do better. You have potential. You have good ideas. You give us this shitly edited show with some of the fakest people that you could have found desperate for a dollar. And then you had the audacity to not have any type of reunion or discussion after you allow somebody to come on this show and paint someone as homophobic. Let it have been the other way around that Tamika really was hating. They would have had a commercial, a disclaimer, a conversation, something. This was a bad show. I'm
It's
sorry.
horrible, Carlos.
It just
I'm
was.
available. If you really need somebody, Carlos, I am available. Trust me. You can write to me, but I cost, and I do not negotiate my price. I will give you an idea. I will give you a concept. I have plenty of them. It might not be what you want, but you. And another thing I want him to do, because I want him to go back to the idea of going to like another city where it's not widely known. Like I want him
Mhm.
to go like to Denver. Or I want him to go to, um, maybe even come here to Phoenix. There's plenty of mess that goes around in the city. I would say the Bay, but we don't want you to get shot up, Carlos. So yeah, we got you.
Listen, right
Yes.
now.
But we want you to go, try Seattle, try someplace and try women who actually have businesses that we can look up and Google to see.
Storefronts.
Yeah, I need to see more women with accolades. Don't bring back Love. And y'all, I might do Love and Marriage Huntsville. I might this upcoming season, especially with all the bullshit that's happening in the blogs. I might go ahead and do it. I will
That's a
see.
great way to earn. I know you don't like to. I always ask him about this, even though I know he don't like it. But sometimes the shows we don't like to cover, we got to cover because that's what'll help you gain your viewership, your audience. Got to do as many different types of things as you can, so you can grab as many different
Because
people.
Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back in July, I believe. So I might pick it up.
Well, it's not too far away.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm nervous. I don't know
A
what's up.
lot of your audience that's here, your subscribers, they be saying they watch the show, so I'm sure they would tune into that.
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, y'all Martell little girlfriends and fans, y'all don't be coming for me. What I see is what I'm gonna speak on.
Oh, I'll be there with you. They ain't gonna come for you. If they do, you know.
All right, y'all. But we gonna go. We gotta let it go. But I will be back on my channel on Tuesday. We are gonna be covering Real Housewives of Potomac and Mama June. Is she really wrong for what she did? I don't know if that's what's going to be the title of it, but I will create a title based around the Mama June stuff because I think this happens a lot with child stars
It
that we
does.
need to address, especially because me and Mrs. Best on her Patreon are going to do Quiet on the Set. I think this is going to be a great way to segue into doing that on her Patreon. So I'm excited for that for both of us. My Patreon is still under development because I don't know what I want to do yet. So, but we will see. But I thank you guys so much. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate Mrs. Best for joining me as always. I'll see you guys on the next recap.